how does this adjustment happen? Well, jumping into the draft, we're going to find out exactly what that adjustment is for Deus Vault, how they want to approach this. Once again, are they going to be the priority pick? What do they take? We saw what they took the previous game, and unfortunately, it's still, the Guinevere was not enough to help them throughout that because the counter draft was so strong. So we'll get it situated here. You already see the bans coming through. Oh. You see the Faramis, you see the Diggy banned out from See You Soon.
See You Soon really have just prepared for this series, this matchup so well. Drafting alone, feels like it was two games now where it was just total draft win by See You Soon. Now Deus Vault with the Angela first pick. They need to pair this up with a very active XP laner, someone who wins lane, gets out of lane fast. If they can get the Lapu early, just go ahead and get that. Pair that up with a fighter or assassin that's mobile, quite tanky. If it's not going to be the Lancelot, if it's not their flavor, something that can also go into the jungle of See You Soon, apply a little bit pressure. Fredrin might be good. Since See You Soon haven't picked up the Lilia, they can go Fredrin Lilia here, but the problem is now, can you actually burst down the 1-1? It's not those picks, it's Baksha Bruno.
Okay, so it is at least something proactive there,
yeah.
Especially at level 4. Magister will pair very well with this Angela. I do like that. Here's the problem, though. On the side of See You Soon, Raw is also going to have access to that Heart Guard, and you put that with the 1-1, and it is one deadly combo.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit harder for the Valentina to get that as long as the Angela stays far back, which is normally where an Angela's hanging out at, waiting to kind of use the Heart Guard. So there's definitely some variables and all of that. But so far, I like both drafts from both teams.
For me, I'm a little different here because the fact that when Angela is locked in, there's a Martin's pick as well, but when the Angela is locked in, right, first picked over here, it typically ends up being, okay, we're going to be a little passive. We're going to approach the game from a passive standpoint unless it changes drastically with the two last picks that they have.
Yeah.
Which is kind of when I'm thinking about the way See You Soon is as a team, it could end up working against you, right? Now, maybe it's the right way. You go with a little bit of a disciplined route. You're a little more passive. You take things a little bit slower. You try to be a little more defensive, but is that the right answer against See You Soon, who has been very momentum-based just from game 1 to game 2, and now with what they're already drafting, like you mentioned, Trex, Valentina, if she gets her hands on the Heart Guard or not, we've seen what 1-1 can do and how strong it is rising in the current rank statistically. So that's kind of one of the biggest questions, and even with this Phobius ban, that's a great ban to not let this go in favor of draft-wise for DEVU here.
Yeah, so See You Soon can still slot in some dashes. Deus Vault are taking away Pickoff, of course, when you... And that feels like a surefire sign that this is going to be an Angela Roam for not for Boxy rather, but for Sawa. Usually that's the thing. If you're slotting in the Angela Roam, your ban second phase or one of your bans is going to be the Kaja. So it feels like they've already shown their hand, but let's see, they still might swing things around. I still don't see an obvious answer for the 1-1. Again, similar to the past two drafts, it's going to come from the XP lane pick, which to me is surprising as to why... I understand why Deus Vault picked the XP laner second phase. They will just want to make sure they win the 1v1 against best possible matchup up against Sauriam Felix. But we've seen before, Deus Vault, even if Kid Bomba doesn't have a hero or a winning lane matchup, he wins in other ways. He goes around the map. He makes himself felt there. So it's interesting to see that Deus Vault have really went on for this approach of they just really want to make sure the 1v1 is winning for Kid Bomba.
Okay, Minotaur banned out, which leaves to out in the open still. I'm not sure if Boxy would actually want to go with this, but obviously Kufra's performance in game 1 was outstanding. You take the Cho as well. Outstanding there for game 2. They lock in the Yu Zhang. This is a pick. I know he's the M5 hero right now, but he's very niche in the current setups for a lot of the teams. This Yu Zhang, though, could end up working really well so far for what See You Soon has.
Yeah, and he definitely doesn't have the greatest stats, honestly, because the drafts aren't too different from last game. Like, yes, they are different, but I feel like on the side of See You Soon, they could have gone for the Lapu there. They could have gone for the Charizla there. I feel like the Yu Zhang is just kind of like yeah, we're going to pick this up. Like, it's just, let's do some limit testing. We're 2 ahead right now. They feel very comfortable. It's not like they were, honestly, it's not like they were super hard games for SYS in the past 2 games. They were very clean with them. They've been working very, very well together. DEVU, on the other hand, Lilia, Terizla again, it's what I was kind of thinking. I think the Lilia, Sunset Lover had a great game on it, very comfortable with it. I think at this point it just is going to come down to some in-game mechanics.
But again, it does feel like DEVU are going to be playing to just counter whatever SYS tosses at them. The Yuzong was a great pickup, and now Joe again for SYS. Yeah, it's going to be a similar story as Game 1 and Game number 2. SYS has the tempo. That Yuzong pickup was crucial because with the Terizla being, it seems like the last viable pick for DEVU, now it's going to be them having to talk about who gets the responsibility of having to peel for the Bruno. Is it the Terizla? Is it the Boxia? In this scenario, it's most likely the Terizla, but then now that puts you in a position where one of your best ultimates to engage is now being used just to play defensive.
Yeah, there's a lot that has to be said here for DEVU. Once again, as you take a look at the lineup, and the question again, can they extend the series? Stop themselves from getting swept here by SYS, who's been on a death ball themselves, a momentum-based gameplay style, proving to work very successful here against, once again, M5's Dark Horses, DEVU's Vault. As we get ready to once again jump into the land of Dawn, SYS at match point, looking to sweep the series against ECA's DEVU's Vault. Can they keep it together? Can they extend the series? The tournament lives on the line here for DEVU.
And now, first rotation, let's check out here. Looks to be on pace for both. Have to see if anyone's going to be going for a quick go into the lane. Nope, still holding the mid. So they're going to be going for a standard start. And let's see if SYS are actually going to continue their theme from the previous games, which is pressure Kid Bomba. And the answer is yes.
As you say it.
Yeah. I will say this. Last time we did see Boxy kind of just immediately aggressing onto Magister. I think a big thing for DEVU here is try to keep the side of SYS at least out of your jungle. Try to keep them out of your side of the river, and then maybe, just maybe once you're able to, even push into their side a bit.
You know, and as you look at the emblems here, something that really happens a lot with SYS is the double, the double boots usually for 2 members.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of damage on a Sunset Lover. Wow. They're going to get first blood. Boxy picking it up.
They love to rotate quickly.
Boxy's just feeling it right now. A lot of Cambodians and even us, the talents, we really see Boxy the King as the roamer in Cambodia. One of the best, if not the best. And he is proving it here right now.
Again, this is a team that has played together for so long, right? Usually when we're talking about teams, especially here at the world stage, it's about, well, synergy-wise, right? I mean, most of these teams obviously are good. That's why they're here. They're great for the M5.
But big Petrify, a lot of damage on a Kid Bomba. King there as well does have the Decimate ready to go, but the health was not quite low enough for the full-on engage.
Yeah, Turtle's going to be up, though. First objective of the game. Nothing quite, in terms of lead, it's not out of hand, right? Boxy just has that kill.
Yep.
There's Raw, getting that hard guard, going to have that available, using it already.
Kid Bomba still looking for level 4. Finally has it. Magister probably going to back off here. Might try to get a sneak in. Kid Bomba with penalty zone. The King able to zone him away. Turtle does reset. Boxy a little bit low. MP the King able to find Magister though. Bomba. Sorry, Felix does go down. It's a 1-for-1 right now on the map. Turtle able to reset.
All right. Slow and steady right now, but it feels like SYS, I really would hope they got the Turtle there instead of full committing onto the fight. They could have gotten it for themselves, and it actually would have supplemented their fight, but hey, no more point in crying over spilled milk. Now, DEVU, yes, as you mentioned earlier, Trex and Naisu is not as bad as the previous games. Not out of hand, still quite close early on. But still, we're seeing the same themes as earlier. They're just playing for the counterplay, but now this is a little bit more proactive by them. This is good.
Boxy looking for something there. Penalty zone does come in. Nice terrified by the King, able to secure the Turtle. Felix able to get away safety, and now MP looking for more. SYS decides to back off. Overall, still slow pace compared to the previous game. Carvey finally winning out in the gold lane.
Okay, they get the objective. SYS. There was also some pressure on the top side. That's what DEVU has to do. They need to be able to find wins, right? If they're not going to be grabbing objectives, again, they played even that first interaction well. SYS decided not to commit to it. It gets reset, but eventually it goes in their hands. DEVU has to find something else across the map. And at the same time, taking care of Carvey.
Oh, look at MP right now, trying to lock on, going to create space for the rest of his team to clear out that gold plating. Madison going to get involved. MP taking a little bit of damage. May just go down here. Carvey trying to come in. Madison picks up the kill. See you soon now on the back foot.
All right, so again, it feels like see you soon. Gave that up for nothing. That was a kill that shouldn't have happened, but at least DEVU, kudos to them for being able to respond to it. And now, of course, Boxy is just going to continue this. Since you need to slow things down, because again, it's not far. DEVU still have the chance to take away objectives and get kills. See you soon. They cannot rest easy. They still have to keep their alert very high.
DEVU being smooth overall. They're able to kind of survive the immediate onslaught, the same type of pressure that See You Soon brought last time. So it's a good start for them.
Yeah, keeping it together. Again, especially for Carvey, right? For the most part, as long as he doesn't get too pressured where he's dying multiple times, he's going to build up, scale up really well. He's already got the Haas Claws. We're going to be working on the Berserker's Fury next. Sunset Lover as well, getting that early kill will help him scale up. He actually did do quite a bit, even the previous game, right? But unfortunately, the game 2 just didn't go in their favor. This time around, though, DEVU at least keeping the early game under control against Yasun, even with a small lead working against it. We'll see if they can still find punishment against Yasun. But next turtle is going to be up here as they all get in position except for Carvey. He's not a part of this, right? So Kusei is here for the fight.
It's a 5v4. Can DEVU pull this off? With a big kick on to Salwo, make it a 3v5. MP should have the advantage over this match. They're going to hang out. He's able to take it. That's huge. And a nice big hit from Kid Bomb on 4 members. Sorry, Felix goes down next. Kid Bomb able to pick up the kill. DEVU trying to equalize here. Raw going to take a little bit of damage. Sunset Lover unloading the glooms. And while this is happening, Carvey takes tower down bot.
Raw's in trouble.
Not able to do enough damage. Raw in a lot of trouble. They're going to chase him down. Kid Bomb picking up a kill. Is it another one? On to Boxy. DEVU finally taking a lead.
There's DEVU. They come out swinging. They get a couple of wins. They make movements. Kid Bomba, though.
This is bad for Bomba.
Magister's there.
Magister's there to help out. Kusei loses the weakness points. Kusei might have to try to get out of here. Can they lock on? Are they going to go for the dive? Sawa looking for the sun. Kusei dancing back, forth, able to get away.
DEVU was able to find a good counterplay. I was thinking that if Magister wins this turtle, it's going to be really good for them. And he was able to. A great retribution win by him, and then DEVU called it out there, Trex, the great penalty zone to stop the chase onto Magister, onto the members of See You Soon. That led to the eventual turnaround, and it felt like a huge 50-50, but it all worked out in the end because that meant Carvey got to push down in the bottom lane. He didn't need to put himself in danger. He got farmed. He's now leading over the 1-1. So DEVU, everything just went right for them. It wasn't like the perfect win, but it was a win regardless. Now they find themselves in a lead. Not a comfortable lead, but still a lead in the first one, if I'm not mistaken, in this entire series.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, Carvey, being able to farm up here. Once again, they are putting pressure where they have to around the map. But even in that last exchange, that's just showing how much damage even Sunset Lover has early on, right? For the fact that Carvey wasn't a part of that. But now, as he's rotating with the rest of the team, they get prepped up and ready for the next objective. That's going to play an integral role in that. Kusei now picking up the DHS. He has the Demon Hunter sword available, which will help him as well. That's why you see everybody getting prepped and ready, right? He's still going to stay up top, but Turtle started.
Yeah, this time, Carvey will be down here. Boxy looking for something. Magister able to take the Turtle. Magister maybe looking for more now. Gets the run into Boxy. Boxy getting low. Sunset Lover's got his back right now. They're going to decide to back off, but still they're pushing See You Soon away.
All right, so now it's going to be See You Soon playing a little bit of cross map. They send Kusei up top, allow to get a little bit more farm as well, catch up, apply pressure there. But DEVU get that turtle without a problem. MP the King's retribution wasn't off cooldown just yet by the time DEVU got it.
With that, once again, you have to see this is where, even for Kid Bomba, this is a little different from the previous 2 games, right? He had a hell of a time in the lane before, but now that he's got these 2 kills, he's able to build up pretty well. He has the Dominance Ice, of course, already working on the next defensive item.
Magister gonna move on to Kosei here. Able to make him pop that second skill. The Heart Guard is on top, so he can just keep pushing forward. Sunset Lover trying to find an angle as well. MP locking onto Magister. King looking for the kick. Lands onto Magister. Magister going to take a lot of damage here. Can he get away? Black Dragon comes out. Felix trying to zone in. Sunset Lover splits him up, and See You Soon cannot get the kill.
All right, we got ourselves a game here, gentlemen. You see DEVU actually doing that to try and force reactions from See You Soon, trying to force out the crossbow of Tang. Great discipline by Kusei to hold on and not let it go. But then at the same time, you saw there SYS trying to find a way to turn that around, push back the members of DEVU. So still slow and steady, methodical. Play around the macro, play around the minion waves is what DEVU wants to do. They don't have the capability to pull off surprising plays like the Cho of See You Soon.
Yeah, not only that, but also the fact that this time around with the Angela, right, you have the focusing mark that will play a part towards the later, part of the game, especially that extra amount of damage.
Yeah.
If you can capitalize on that, whether that's, of course, for Carvey to pump out the damage later on, especially when he's got those 3-4 items on this Bruno, that's really going to help them out as they try to win these skirmishes, these team fights. But still, in the mid lane,
gonna look for the way of the dragon here. Able to connect, but not able to get him out of the tower, so See You Soon cannot commit.
Yeah, great use of the Purify there by Sunset Lover, but that's one big spell for one big ultimate. How was the trade here? See You Soon?
Oh, Felix doing a lot of damage on a Kid Bomba, and a crossbow Tang
Heart
walks in.
Guard!
Heart Guard just in time. And now See You Soon is a little overcommitted. Magister trying to respond back, looking for something raw there as well. Kusei able to get a couple free shots off a nice Terrify on a Magister. Felix looking for the re-engage, now seeing Soon trying to bite back. Masawo's got their back along with Sunset Lover. Both teams disengage.
Okay, that was, again, saved by the Heart Guard there that time. Kid Bomba able to keep it together. Sawa there just in time. They reset the Lord, so neither team able to commit to it just yet. They're really respecting even the damage potential from both sides. But with that, DEVU looking very tanky, with this lineup alone, not to mention you pair up an Angela there.
Yeah.
Now, once again, See You Soon's going to go ahead and start up the Lord. DEVU has the information. They're going to get in position.
Oh, Boxy misses it, does actually kick on a Magister. Magister going to get knocked up. Kid Bomba with the penalty zone. And be the King forced to try to back up. Kusei look for some weakness points. Still forced to back up, and at this point, DEVU is coming out on top in all of these team fights.
Yeah, they can rush this, but they have to watch out for MP.
They're still going.
King looking for the knock-up, able to land on a Kid Bomba. King able to get the decimate, backs off. Kusei moving on to Magister. See You Soon with the Black Dragon, forcing DEVU away this time. It's back and forth. It's definitely been a day of pendulum, and finally, Felix connects, but may just drop here. King takes the Lord, though.
Great decision by See You Soon, the pendulum around the Lord. It wasn't a full reset on the Lord that DEVU initially held, and that meant MP and the rest of See You Soon, while Sori and Felix in the dragon form pushed back the members of DEVU. The Lord was free for the champions of Cambodia, and a turnaround yet again.
Yet again, as we've seen from this series, and now Carvey picking up that Malefic Roar should be able to help them in some of these team fights. But still, you see the push and pull between a lot of these team fights going on. Whether they get they survive the Way of the Dragon, whether they survive the Heart Guard and they're able to extend it, whether they're able to work around this crossbow of Tang from Kusei. But right now, DEVU, their only concern, dealing with a Lord up the top side. Carvey made quick work of it, but they still got to hold on to as many turrets as they can here in this march from See You Soon.
All right, See You Soon. I mean, just cutting off these towers just for a few minutes there. DEVU did have control, but now it is lost once again. See You Soon with the pressure.
And now they can just continue this. They can still try to make those boxy plays, but they have to be ready because DEVU have shown that they are in a counter-punish capability already. See You Soon needs to be careful of when they pull the trigger, who to go for. Still, don't forget to manage the minion waves. In this scenario, this is one of the things that separates the good teams from the great teams, is when you're in the lead, when you find yourself in good places around the map, how well are you managing the rest of the minions?
Yeah. At least they're able to check those bushes using Magister.
Yeah.
He needs to be careful, though. Kid Bomba holding the front side, gets a couple shots off onto Felix. But watch for Boxy here. Every time he's G-condoing around, you gotta get stressed.
Yeah, you're not sure, right?
Yeah.
Just like that.
And there it is. He's gonna lock on to Kid Bomba. The rest of the team commit as well. Kid Bomba goes down. The crossbow Tang locks onto several other members. Carvey's gonna get the Heart Guard this time. They're They're going to move in, try to block on to Kusei, but they're not able to get the right angle. Kusei takes a little bit of damage raw as well. Sunset Lover trying to unload. Doesn't have the black shoes, goes down. King picking up the kill.
Decisive once again. SYS able to play around Boxy to start things off. As Trex, we were just talking about it, he pulled it off once again, and the punishment comes through. That's the thing, especially working around this. Dave's Vault still, it's not too far ahead, right? They're not too far in a deficit here. It's 2K. Yeah. They actually, you can see that even when SYS approaching these fights, unless they get a sure pick-off, they still respect the capability of Dave's Vault to turn things around, even looking at the damage dealt. Sunset Lover is up there, right? He's there with Raw. A lot of the times, like I said, this Lilia is picked up for a reason. It's you can pump out the damage very quickly and still play relatively aggressive and then safe when you have the black shoes. Now that the Lord is up, though, and given the fact that Carvey is also just picking up a major item defensively, the Wind of Nature, do they actually go and try to win this team fight to secure them this Lord? That's what they need in the series. Kim Bomba also picking up the Winter Trunchet here to help against the possibility that Kosei gets the airtime, gets the crossbow tang off. Boxy, though, again, going to go in with the conceal, looking for his own pickoff.
Okay.
They still keep together, both teams respecting each other here around this Lord pit.
And they're trying, like DEVU's trying to get these baits out, but SYS is never fully committing to them. Boxy's so good, he's only going in when he's absolutely sure he can find someone.
Yeah. Oh, the damage.
Oh, wow. The damage on a Sunset Lover. Kid Bomba to the back line. Does pop. Watch out for Kusei. Does have the crossbow tank. Decides not to use it. Still up. Carvey able to take out Felix and be the king. Able to find someone. Terrifying to Carvey. Carvey taking a little bit too much damage. Finally falls. Bra able to pick up the kill. It's 2 for 2 right now. Magister still up though. Both Retries on the field.
Okay. Big 50-50 there. Still the jungler of SYS alive. Magister up as well. 14 seconds of the retribution of MP the King. A little close to 24 Magister. Deus Vult. It's going to be risky. Oh, Ra!
A lot of damage on a Sunset Lover. Able to pop the black shoes. Does have the heart guard. He wants to try to finish. Able to find Raw. But goes down to Kusei. Don't know if that's a good trade right now. Kusei
gonna chase him down.
Crossbow tang unloads. Doing the damage on a Magister. Not able to get the final shot though, but is able to back them up into a corner.
Keeps them at bay. Gives them time to go ahead and secure this Lord here for SYS. An exchange back and forth between both teams, but ultimately, SYS grabs the objective.
Kusei, man, he was just throwing darts at the dartboard of the Boxer skin. Maybe that's why Magister didn't go down, but of course he was built really well, has an anti-cuirass, has the blade armor. But one of the bright spots here for SYS really, or one of their brighter spots, is the fact that they are so disciplined. Kusei especially on this 1-1. Ra as well, even though he's been taken out a couple of times, in terms of like making the most out of each ability. That seems to be SYS's thing right now, and it's one of the biggest reasons as to why Deus Vult is struggling.
Oh, conceal play from Boxy. Everybody just tightens up when that happens, right?
Yeah.
SYS now closing in the Lord, about to make the crash. Watch out for Kusei, making his way, takes a couple shots, has to be careful, back off a bit. DEVU still defending.
Yeah, DEVU, again, they have great capabilities to fight back. Given the situation of 5K behind, they can still actually turn some of the tides of these fights. It really is, how do you play around Boxy? Now there's immortalities coming into play. They're going to push it in.
Oh, the Terrify, the Petrify, the knock-up. Out comes the crossbow tang, and Magister drops. Next is going to be Kid Bomb, and the Decimate lands directly.
Go back.
Carvey now looking to maybe try to get a fight back, try to get a strike back. Look for something here. Boxy gets the knock-up. King still playing the distance. Pops the immortality. Carvey unloading with a couple free shots. Sunset Lover picks up a kill. 2 for 1, and DEVU still defends.
Okay, Deus Vult still even being able to hold on, and now we've seen their main win condition there. Even though Magister was low, Kid Bomba was low, Sao, the call was commit the hard guard onto the Bruno. All the eggs and all the hope of Deus Vult extending the series right now are on that Bruno basket. Being able to free hit, hold on long enough, supplemented by the fact that Lilia in the hands of Sunset Lover is now a big pain on the behind of SYS this late into the game. Already up to a Divine Glaive and 3 other items, the Truncheon, the Ice Queen Wand, and the Enchanted Talisman. See you soon. They're starting to hit the point where they're going to realize that this game is far closer than they'd like to accept, despite all those towers and mid still standing.
Yeah, as long as Carvey, Sunset Lover are alive, the damage can be insane, right, for Deus Vult. That's what they have to do. And again, when you have the Angela with a focusing mark on top of it, it really helps some of that damage department. Boxy, though.
Boxy does land the way of the dragon on Kid Bomba. Bomba taking a lot of damage. Felix pops a Black Dragon. Carvey looking for some free shots. Able to come in. He's got the Heart Guard. He's safe. Can he take this one out? Nice shot. Sunset Lover picks it up. 1-4-0 into the hands of Deus Vult.
The hope is there. The belief is there. They're holding on. A great Winter Truncheon there by Kid Bomba to ensure that the crossbow of tag would not get activated and would transfer to another member of Deus Vult. Still, see you soon. Have initial advantage here. They are down one man, but they are in good position to try and take out one. Oh, Sunset!
A lot of damage on the Sunset, but Sunset doesn't care. Sunset's not scared. Gonna push back in, pop the black shoes, but that is a utility down. Boxy looking for another moment of strike. He's always there, and Deus Volts know it. Boxy looking for the knock-up, now able to secure. Kid Bomba responds with the penalty zone. Kusei now trying to come in as well. Look for the weakness points. King able to come in, gets the hit, takes out Kid Bomba, and backs off. It's a 1-0. Magister maybe looking for the re-engage. Sawo, Sunset Lover, Carvey there as well. They definitely want to go. You might have taken one, but we're ready to fight. See you soon. Back into the Lord Pit.
And again, back and forth between the two teams. They get a member down, another one falls, and then they kind of pull back off. A lot of item switching here going on too at this point, almost 20 minutes in the game. Longer game than we've seen from the previous two. Deus Vult, despite it all, still holding on, but this will ultimately be a See You Soon Lord. So Deus Vult has to get prepped and ready once again for the defense. And I'll say it again, as long as Sunset Lover and Carvey are alive, they should be able to make it out of this defense as well.
Yeah. Seems like there was a slight hesitation, miscommunication by the members of Deus Vult whether or not they're actually going to chase, fight, or dance for the Lord. Because in terms of how it looked like the members of See You Soon were positioned, it looked like it could have been better for Deus Vult instead of chasing to just draw back the Lord, start a little dance, send someone forward, knowing the timers on the Yutong. Just watch out for that and then reset if ever the Yutong gets close. But now it got to the point where since Deus Vult chased, the members of See You Soon got a little bit of time to recover. Deus Vult were put in a worst position in the map, meaning that See You Soon can just go to the Lord Pit.
Boxy still looking. Sunset Lover going to clear the boss side. DEVU should be able to clear these waves very safely. They're down one inhibitor. That is not the end of the world. Here comes Boxy with the three-man knock-up. Boxy doing it once a minute. Kid Bomba locking on. And Boxy goes down raw. But an extra fall. The crossbow tank does lock off. But still, all members of DEVU are still up. And now they're finally responding. MP in trouble. Sawo looking for the kill. Carvey there as well. And down goes MP. DEVU still stand tall.
DEVU still in the mid lane. They gather together, they fight together, and now they're going to run it down mid here. Kosei and Sarnion Felix left alive, but this is exactly what Deus Vult needed.
Yeah, they still waiting on a wave of minions. This one shouldn't be able to do it, but they should get some damage down. 20 seconds left on the clock. Don't know if they're going to have time to finish this one.
What was supposed to be an absolute highlight play by Bossy the King turned into an absolute disaster for See You Soon as Deus Vult countered it so well. They held on in position so well.
They're going to try to push it in. Kid Bomba trying to create space. Felix with Black Dragon. Kusei going to dance around, but Carvey has a hard guard. Should be safe. Boxy back up. More minions are here. DEVU thinking about it. Back and forth just like always. But they decide to finally counter while they got it.
Good control. Deus Vult showing good control there. See You Soon now still have a slight gold lead, but now it is down to who gets to press buttons better here, folks. We're at that point. Items really close. The buying and selling, as you mentioned earlier, actually coming in big. Winter Truncheons, exchanging them, going into Antique Cuirass, changing that. Now we're actually seeing Guardian Helmet as well being sold around by Magister to get a few more utility items, either if it's going to be for the Emo or maybe he'll even get a Winter Truncheon himself. Again, that was a play. Kid Bomba. Great follow-up there. And as long as Naisu, you said it, as long as Sunset Lover and Carvey are alive and they aren't taken out and they are able to free hit, it's a problem for See You Soon.
Yeah, and we saw the interaction there, right? Even Kid Bomba. As long as he gets that penalty zone and he finds even 2, 3 members alongside that focusing mark, the damage potential is going to be there for Deus Vult. Now they'll go ahead and start up this Lord. Holy Crystal even being picked up here for Saul as he has to clear some of these waves, keep it under control. Both bases have one turret down.
DEVU knows they're there.
They know.
They're like, you're not going to get us with that play. Get back to your side of the pitch. You don't belong here.
Once again, they go ahead and get ready for the Lord Dance. Both teams working around what they have. Immortalities still for Sari and Felix. Boxy, though, going to kick.
Oh, a little bit of damage on a Kid Bomba. Kusei does have the crossbow of Tang. Is she going to get it? No. Felix able to get the kill. Now DEVU at a disadvantage. It's a 60-second death counter, which is huge right now.
They know the Heart Guard was used.
Yeah.
They know it's down.
That was really good sense by Boxy to actually just go for that kick. Initially, it looked like it was okay. Are you sure you want to do that? But then because of the positioning of the members of Deus Vult, they wouldn't be able to respond and help Kid Bomba out in time. It was a small thing with a massive consequence. Boxy, what a kick, what a decision, split second.
Boxy. They're going to go for the defense.
They have to defend once again. They had to deal with these waves. 25 seconds for Kid Bomba to be up. He'll be up just in time for this defense. But right now, see you soon. Boxy gonna go in again.
Boxy does get the knock up. Carvey there to let out a few shots. DEVU on one of the most important defenses of their life right now. This could be it. Match point for See You Soon, trying to close things out. DEVU, can they do it?
Go buy some more time. Lord make its way top side. Carvey picking up the Wind of Nature. Kid Bomba now part of the fight. Boxy as well will work around the Immortalities here for him and Felix as DEVU tries to hold on as much as possible to these base turrets. But as they get closer here, Lord has to be worked with. Quite strong at this point in the game, 25 minutes in. Multiple Immortalities as well available for See You Soon.
See how this goes. Lord stopped at the tower nub right now. Kusei Raw, Felix also looking for an angle. Boxy back into the midst of things. Carvey going to be able to chip this down. They finally break through the inhibitor, but DEVU still stands. Looks like we could be going to another Lord.
Well, they play the long game. They want to wait it out. The minion waves weren't quite there yet. So Deus Vult lives to fight another day. Actually, there's the roam boots as well, the Valentina. Not sure if there's already... I think at this point it should be activated, which explains why there's so much damage being dished out by the Shadow Strike of the Valentina. So the Dire Hit might actually be already in effect for the Val. Queen's Wings also has the, Blood Wings rather, and then has the Holy Crystal. That explains as to why Raw's initial spout of damage when he sees Carvey takes him down to like 40, 35% with one full combo.
Yeah, once again, even looking at the damage dealt now, once there, Sunset Lover at the top has put work in. Carvey as well. So for some way, somehow, the obstacle here for See You Soon, especially Boxy, is if he's able to get a kick on either of the members, Sunset Lover, Carvey, it's going to pay dividends. Or, again, you can make the decisive action if we take out Kid Bomba and we are guaranteed to get that kill, we can turn things around once again. A lot of things up for grabs, 30 seconds away from this Lord. As it gets to this point in the game, 27 minutes in, you see a lot of just item switches happening. And really, as you said earlier, Redmar, comes down to the execution factor or pushing buttons better, right? Yeah. I mean, you have to be able to switch those items. Boxy's being spotted out, though.
I'm going to try to pin him down. Well, I mean, it's not going to be easy to pin down Boxy right now. I think the best way to get it in is let him try to come in a little bit, see if you can bait him into kind of a bad kick and then catch him off guard. Up in the mid lane, still a little bit of action. Lord, though, coming back onto the map.
Better gold laner and mid laner free hitting wins this game. When we brought up the damage earlier, it's the gold laners and mid laners almost double the Terizla of Kid Bomba, who's next in terms of like the highest damage dealt. So whoever gets those down first, 1-1, Valentina, Bruno, Lilia, whoever gets the victory first might actually seal the deal and win this game. Great management of See You Soon right now. Great macro play.
Side. They are going to lock on to Sawa. Kid Bomba able to help out. Carvey now going to get some free shots. That could be the bait. That's the wait. That's the tackle. King is going to go down there. Carvey now looking for more See You Soon on the run this time. It's 5 against 4. MP the King looking for the entryway, looking for the decimate, but can't quite find it. The Petrify. Felix unloading the damage from Carvey, still free shotting. Kusei finally able to lock on with a crossbow tank. Nice one to Charge trying to cancel it out. Felix goes down. King goes down. Double kill for Carvey. Kusei still up though. Kid Bomba with the response. Carvey gonna try to re-engage us. Are they going to commit? See you soon backing off. Couple shots on a rock. Kid Bomba goes down. It's 2v2. DEVU decides not to go forward.
The damage is there from SYS Soon. The push and pull once again. But DEVU keeping it together. Carvey, Sunset Lover still alive.
Kusei and Ra. 4-0-8 on the 1-1. 3-3 and 10 on the Valentina. Kusei, folks, we are seeing a 1-1 performance of a lifetime here. They cannot get the marksman down, and he's so brave. Look at this.
Not only that, Kusei's been so good at hanging on to that ultimate, man. Just hanging on, waiting. And what we saw last game, we see Felix and MP King bait out the winter truncheon, bait out the immortality. Wait a second, a lot of damage onto Sunset Lover. Kusei gonna dance around, but wait, Sunset Lover looking for it. The winter truncheon comes out raw. May not be able to get away from this. Immortality pops. Carvey able to get the free shots in. And while all this is happening, Magister working away at the Lord.
Boxy
King going in, fully committed. This is it. Can they take it? Carvey able to steal it. Thought it was a steal almost there, but no. DEVU gets the Lord.
Wow. Just when you thought it was done, when you can close the chapter on the story, not just yet. The Dark Knights of EECA charge forward into what could be a brighter hope for an extended series. But the champions of Cambodia stare them down in the eye here in the mid. Will Sun fall? Will Sun be set? Or will See You Soon defend?
We'll see. DEVU wants to try to finish it here. They're committing everything to the mid lane. Kusei looking for the angle once again. Carvey just trying to get close enough to the base to try to finish it. But no, the Lord goes down. And Deus Vult won't be able to finish it here. They're going to move up to the top side, take this tower. Boxy keep in vision. But DEVU not completely backed off just yet.
Again, at this point, this is the mental test for DEVU. They've crawled back into this game time and time again. They're now assaulting the base of SYS Soon.
Oh, big petrifying to Sunset Lover, able to pop the black shoes, but finally Carvey able to take out the tower. Magister gonna work down towards the bot side. DEVU need to at least even the playing field if they're gonna keep this match going any longer. That bottom inhibitor is crucial, but they're not able to close in onto it.
We're back to it. It's mirrored for the bases, both holding on to the same turrets of the base as both teams. The perfect picture still. Carvey working on it.
Boxy does get the kick onto Sunset Lover. Black Shoes come out. Kid Bomba dropping it down. King able to back up. Kid Bomba buys the winter truncheon, able to freeze it up for just a second. Felix goes down. Sunset Lover picks up the kill. Nice heart guard onto Carvey. Same as usual. Able to unload a couple more shots. 73 death counter on Felix.
The baddest kid on the planet with the penalty zone that might have sealed the fate of See You Soon. Deus Vult is the sit.
They're going to try to make it. And Sunset Lover takes out the tower. And another one on the two members. We're all taken out. A big kill for Sunset Lover. King will be next. MP going down. Kusei able to pop it off, but he's only on a bomb. But Carvey finds the King. And there it is. DEVU move forward. Sue!
DEVU stays alive in the series. They keep it going. They fight on. And they're feeling good.
It is not over yet. We still have a series. He put up the sign.
The 3-2.
Kid Bomba says this is going to 3-2. Will we see it?
Feeling good.
Feeling great.
As he should.
Great bars.
Better than great. Hey.
Better than great.
Hey, that performance right there was better than great. Analyst Leo, Mirko, tell us how it went.
This is just according to plan. Deus Vult, late game specialists. And did we not say in our last analyst segment that Coach Fleisal lost to pull out all the stops? Madman put the Angela into Sawa's hands. See what happened.
that happened. That just happened. A comeback of the ages just happened for Deus Vult, and it didn't happen on a whim. It happened because they were able to push all the way till that late stage. And just like Leo mentioned, that late game has always been kind of the key, the secret key to Deus Vult's success. In most of their winning games, you can see all the way from the group stages as well, it's when they were able to take their opponents to deep waters. Even through snowballs, they'll just play it slow up until that late game happens. Then, once the tick-tock timers happen, those 20-minute timers come alive, even when the enemy team has a 10,000 gold lead, it won't matter. They'll be able to coin flip their way to a victory.
We're giving the MVP nod over to Sunset Lover of Deus Vult. Again, in Game 2, we sang his praises already. He was one of the few reasons why they lasted a little longer against the very aggressive See You Soon. And here, he just held it down, man. Early, mid to late, despite the back and forth swings in net worth, he was always at least a little bit ahead of Ra.
With consistency of this level, it was bound to happen, Leo. He was bound to get an MVP performance. Heck, I would actually give MVP for Game 1 and 2 to him if they won, right? I mean, he was the sole damage dealer for both Game 1 and 2, and now, really, with the team backing him up, we could see everything we were talking about, everything we were criticizing about Deus Vult come to life. Sunset Lover on top of a lot more consistent damage. Take a look at the item builds. Even here, all the way in the 30th minute of the game, he sold his boots, doesn't need it anymore, goes for the Blood Wings instead so that he can sustain even more so around these team fights on top of the already Purify and the Black Shoes.
That's what you call core things. Him alongside Carvey were dealing all sorts of damage. And between a mage like Lilia and a Bruno that deals physical damage, you're left as a member of See You Soon wondering, how do I defend against Deus Vult? Either of them could have the Angela taking care of them. Either of them could have the front lines. Either of them could help set up a big old Kid Bomba special. The OPZ coming up. But yeah, no, mid-game, it was really close. Mid-game was anybody's game.
I mean, in the early stage, I would actually say Deus Vult were able to control the tempo, have that gold lead for a long time. But then in the mid-game, when these power spikes started to hit for See You Soon, that's when we saw these big plays from BTK.
Wait, BTK? Oh,
Foxy the King.
That's right. Him and MP are almost a two-man kill squad. But then again, I think at some point, Sorry I'm Felix was going in a little too deep. You could say the same for Kid Bomba. I think some of us watching would say, hey, why is Kid Bomba just throwing out that penalty zone willy-nilly? It's because even the opponents are pushing the advantage. So sometimes, at this rate specifically, you gotta go toe-to-toe. And you can flicker forward to confirm these kills.
And I have to say, man, Deus Vult, in the early stages, when they get wins even, they don't capitalize on it like completely, right? Sometimes you do see a lot of misses, but when it comes to the 20th minute all the way till the end, they're always able to capitalize on any little mistake. Take a look at this, right? They all clump up into this choke point. Sunset Lover's crisp, clean positioning literally got them this win. He was able to pop in those glooms and let Carvey soak in the damage with the immortality. Once Carvey stood back up, he was able to execute these members, and then the prolonged team fight started to happen where Kusei just did not have enough consistent damage, Leo. Yep. I think that's the main problem for the Wan, right? When it's bursts of damage coming through, when you are able to execute some of these members, it's a great hero to have. But when the team fight goes for a super long period, you use that crossbow attack and then you're done.
I guess now you see how See You Soon's composition relies on MP the King taking over that farm early to mid and then just snowballing out of control. And having Kusei get the gold lane experience. If those things don't happen, or if See You Soon don't capitalize and end quickly from there, things go sideways, and that's what Deus Vult did. That's what made them go past the 30-minute mark and try to get through these cracks. Again, their KDA, it's not like it was perfect. They were still dying 15 times, but they just knew how to deal with that. I wonder, what was the mentality behind a late-game team like this?
The mentality is the Bomba mentality. The bombastic mentality that we've all come to know now. And you can see it. Once they won, Bomba just stood up, jumped around, and you can feel the confidence. This is when things turn around. Usually for Bomba and Deus Vult, it's almost, it's crazy to think, Leo. It's very poetic that in M3, Na'Vi were up 2-0 against Todak. And then Todak were able to reverse sweep them. Now, we're seeing See You Soon go match point against Deus Vult. And it would be poetic if the odds just change.
Well, we'll see now, besides mentality again, the specific game decisions that these two teams made in the late game actually changed their fates. You see here a full-on defensive build from MP the King, had to juggle between building a damage item to help him again, and BTK, Boxy the King, confirm kills. You're also seeing Boxy the King here have multiple ways of actually juggling. Why, tell me, why is he building Twilight Armor here?
The Twilight Armor, I feel like, is just to take in a lot of the burst coming in from the get-go, right?
The crits?
It's the crits, even the crossbow tang. I mean, like, to be honest, right, a little bit of the crit already helps you get out of these skirmishes so that you can dive in even deeper. And we can definitely see here from the damage taken as well, everything almost taken by Deus Vult except for the rich guy, which is still going to be Kusei.
So yeah, again, see how weird this is, folks? Kusei was farming like a madman. He was making bank, all right? But what did it lead to? Again, it just brings back to the point of it's not what you got, it's how you use it. And it was so difficult to trigger that ult and to get it on the right targets. We saw him take to the skies multiple times in this 30-minute bout, but really, besides finishing the job, sometimes there was just so much that Deus Vult could clap back with that, especially when he landed, he had to almost instantly back off.
This is a visual representation, this game in particular, of how late game can work, right? Because initially, when you pick up a 1-1, you'll say, hey, good late game, but only if you're able to burst down the targets. If you have sustain and tankiness of the sorts of Deus Vult here, with a lot of CC to put that over as well, then Carvey will be the guy who will dish out more damage in these team fights because he has more reliable, consistent damage all throughout the long team fights. And even when it comes to damage taken, you can see that Magister and Kid Bomba took a whole lot more compared to MP the King and Felix. It's a bit more evenly spread out for See You Soon, but you have to remember that for the Cho and the Martis, you're not really as tanky as the Baxia or as the Terizla.
Exactly. It's not like See You Soon's lineup wants to engage, re-engage. They're not playing with a Rafaela, nor a Matilda, nor an Estes. That's why if you see this, and you're not winning, and the game's not over, something is very wrong. They're juggling the damage, and heroes like the Bruno, heroes like the Lilia, can dish out damage all day, much like the Hulk.
Falcons.
Right.
And for Sunset Lover, right, the fact that the new patch just kicked in a few patches ago where the Lilia was buffed out, so when you go into late game, when you get a lot of those clumped up team fights and choke points, oh, it is heaven for Sunset Lover, and he definitely felt that here in this game. Heck, he felt that all throughout the series, but See You Soon did not want to respect it. Now, I think at this point, you have got to respect Sunset Lover's prowess on this hero.
So now you have to consider, if you're See You Soon, do you let this